None of the big camera bag manufacturers provides such a bag that meets all these requirements. So I'm pretty excited that after like 7-8 years of looking, I finally found one. Here we are again, another unscripted video. Sorry for the noise level. I am smack in the middle of Chamonix, France, perhaps alpinism capital of the world. Absolutely wonderful place. We're doing an unscripted video and we're going to talk about backpacks. Yeah, backpacks is perhaps seemingly a pretty boring topic, but it's not. And it's perhaps also seemingly a bit unimportant as compared to the artistry of photography. But if you're a nature photographer and you do a lot of trekking, it's really not that unimportant. It's actually hugely important. You know, I have spent years looking for the ultimate photography backpack. And I think that I've just found it. Like after years of looking. You see, I have really high demands on my equipment because I use it a lot. I lead expeditions around the world. I go on my own photography journeys out into the wilderness alone, and I need my gear to function every time. I need it to be light, I need it to be a lot of things. And unfortunately for the camera industry, none of their backpacks hold up to the task. They don't do it for me, and I've tried a lot of them. So my requirements on a backpack is really simple. I want my main photography backpack to fulfill about 80% of my needs. I obviously lead photography expeditions at Terra Photography Expeditions. I do about 10 to 12 expeditions per year. Expeditions out into Svalbard, into Greenland, the Himalayas, the Amazon, Galapagos, you name it, all around the world I go with my camera. And I need a bag that fits the majority of those expeditions. I also do a lot of treks, personal treks, like I'm about to do here in Chamonix where I'm currently at, but more about that in another video. I want the backpack to be big enough to fit multi-day treks with food and a tent and a sleeping bag, etc. Yet small and nimble and light enough to be perfect for one-day outings. You see, already now the specs, the requirements are starting to look really challenging, right? For all my treks and all my expeditions, unfortunately, I have to fly a lot. And when I fly, I want this backpack to either fold completely flat so it can go at the bottom of my check-in luggage, or roll up so I can again put it in my check-in luggage. I don't want to ever have to carry my camera gear through the multitude of airports that I go through every year. And it's not like these backpacks didn't exist before, but I found one because I was willing to look outside of the normal remit for trekking backpacks. I went to look at the ultra lightweight industry. Now, I have an ultra lightweight quilt, I have an ultra lightweight tent, I have ultra lightweight cookware, stove, and everything else in my backpack. But I've never ever gone into the ultra lightweight backpack space. And the reason for that, I guess, is because it's always seemed too uncomfortable, too many compromises, and too unstable, too flimsy, too everything. But now finally, I think I have found what I need. So this here is a Durston CA 55. 55 liters is humongous for a day pack. But the beauty is that you can basically fold it down into this configuration, and you can extend it into this configuration. So in this space, we're talking about 55 liters of space. I'm not sure how that's distributed on the inside versus the outside, but it swallows everything. I've already been out testing it here in France, and it's really comfortable. It really meets all my needs. And some of the beauties is that the fabric is waterproof. Not all the seams are waterproof, but the fabric is waterproof, so you can really securely and safely put all your gear inside and not have to worry about it getting wet when you're out trekking. It's fully framed with an internal frame, nice comfortable padded back, nice comfortable suspension or hip belt, nice comfortable little shoulder straps, and with these phone or water bottle holders, whatever you want to call them. So one of them I have my phone in, and the other one I put my Osmo Pocket MP3 in. And that is just perfect for filming on the go. It's always just hanging there available. Of course, if it starts raining, I remove my Osmo Pocket and only keep my phone out. The phone is sort of waterproof, but the Osmo Pocket sadly is not. This backpack fulfills all of these freaking needs. I'm gonna shoot some B-roll later on today and show you how it looks when I'm out wearing it. But of course, here comes the question, but that's not a photography backpack. Actually, it's a roll-top backpack. It's really annoying to get your camera gear in and out. And where's the protection? Well, Amazon, I think this was 15 bucks. One of those tiny, super lightweight, I think this one was 120 grams or something. It weighs nothing. You know, I got a bunch of f-stop inserts that weigh a kilo and a half each. They are beautiful and they work really well, but they're not ultra lightweight. When I go out camping overnight, I would never ever bring them. This, however, doesn't have any weight. I got this one, a Hyperlight camera pod. This little thing allows me to carry my camera with my normal zoom on the outside of the pack in a way that I can always shoot without having to take off the backpack, without fiddling inside, without grabbing a bunch of stuff. I can just get some snapshots and keep moving. Of course, on all my photography-specific backpacks, I have a big zipper here on the backside, which is fantastic for easy access, but that's also where the backpack leaks the most. That's where the water comes in. So something like this is absolutely brilliant. All in all, freaking brilliant backpack and comfortable. Now, it's quite expensive because it's made out of Dyneema, so one of these new era super materials, right? But this solves a problem that I've had for years. Now, last time I bought a camera-specific backpack was probably about 7-8 years ago. I got my last Low Pro. I have borrowed f-stop bags since then. I've tried the Shimoda bag since then. I borrowed them for friends for a couple of hours. I don't think any of them meets my requirement. Most of them weigh around 3 to 4 kilos. 3 to 4 kilos. That represents 4, maybe 5 days worth of food for me. This whole kit, this backpack, this little thing on the outside, which is by the way almost waterproof, this thing on the inside, I can fit one camera body, one lens, 2, 3, 4 lenses, and then filters and all that other jazz, okay? But this all together in my head weighs about 1.1 kilo. So we're looking at maybe 2.5 kilos of weight savings compared to a normal, typical photography backpack that has no benefit whatsoever compared to this system. Pack your food and whatever, all the heavy kits and the back and the jackets and the rain gear, and you just plop this one on top of it and this one on the outside. You have easy access within seconds. Ooh, and by the way, water bottle pocket, tripod pocket. Head goes down here, legs goes up behind this one. Super easy access to your tripod, super easy access to everything. As you can see, I'm a bit in love. Of course, since it is a roll top with a strap on top, it is possible to strap more things on top of this bag. This one is almost waterproof. The seams are not sealed because of the material, the X200 material, apparently. But the material itself, the actual fabric here is basically really hard wearing due to the Dyneema nature of it, waterproof. And if you roll it like this, very little water ingress will happen in your pack. Definitely a lot less than on a traditional photo backpack with or without rain cover, because most of it will ingress through your back where the stupid zipper. But what about Svalbard, Galapagos, and the Amazon, or any rainforest for that matter? 3 places that I frequent every year. This is not my backpack of choice, because in all these places I travel by Zodiac, by canoe, or I do short treks in the forest. And these are places where I prefer a 100% certified waterproof backpack. That pack that I use is the Ortlieb 45 Attract. That pack weighs, I don't know, 1 to 2 kilos or something, has no insert of anything, but it perfectly fits the f-stop Pro Extra Large ICU, so the almost largest of the f-stop models. And that ICU fits my 400mm with the teleconverter and my Sony camera, which is currently there. All of it attached, not with the lens hood, but everything else, which means when I'm in the rainforest, when I am running around with Zodiacs in the Galapagos, I have everything in a water protected backpack that actually can handle down to -1 meter below the water surface. That's how waterproof it is. And it has a zipper that opens up the entire backpack. It is brilliant. And I think that between this backpack and the Ortlieb that I use, as we say, for wet conditions, I cover 97% of my needs. The only remaining needs is my little camera sling that I bring with me when I go to cities, when I'm on holiday. And for that, I use one of those Bellroy Venture camera sling, 10 liters. I have one of those, and I think it's brilliant. Perhaps not great in the rain or anything like that, but generally brilliant. Small, compact, and comfortable. I will leave a link to this thing below if you want to find it. I will leave a link to this one, to the manufacturer. I don't have any affiliate links. I will leave a link to this one below, and I will leave a link to the Ortlieb Attract 45, which I think is an absolutely phenomenal bag. And also their customer service is equally phenomenal. On one of my expeditions, my zipper broke on one of my packs. They replaced it without question, without doubt, and within days. And now that's really good customer service. So I'm an Ortlieb fan for life, I think. Before we go, I just want to talk a little bit about my upcoming treks. Okay, so I'm here in Chamonix, France, together with my wife and my kid for the coming 2 months. Of course, Jack is now 6.5 months, so he's very small. I can't be away too much, but I have negotiated one trek away from my family for this summer. It's actually something that was really hard, not because my wife said no or anything like that, but because I actually don't want to be away from my family in this moment in life. It's so wonderful to see my baby boy learn new things every day, and with that, I don't want to be away too much, but I am going to go on a 5, maybe 6-day trek for photography around here somewhere in the French, Swiss, or Italian Alps. Haven't decided which trek yet, but it's coming in the coming weeks. And actually just now today, I'm going out for a trek. I'm going up 400 meters up the hill that way to a little cafe, and it's going to be the longest trek my baby boy has ever done. So I'm really excited about that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you another time, and yeah, take care. Just checking, I'm just checking. Because I can't remember what I have. You could have said, Jonas, you could have prepared this before, started talking about this, but you know, if I do that, then how is this unscripted?